Hi, this is Belinda from Belinda Lee Briggs Web Design, and right now I'm going to talk to you about the process of gathering the content to put on your new website. So content is text, images, links, anything, videos, anything that you want to be seen by your prospective clients or your visitors on your website. And in order for you to gather those things and share them with me in an easy format, what I do is I create a Google Drive for you to share it all on, and I send it to you, and it's set up custom for your business. So we're going to talk about two things: how to use the Google Drive, and then also how to decide what to put in those folders, and what you'd like to see on your website. So let's start here with the format. This is generic. This is for a session or a class-based company and just a set of folders that someone with that type of business would see. We have a folder for the branding information to be stored in, their homepage, about page, contact page, and then if they have more than one service, we probably would break those out onto different pages. But again, this is just for you to structure your content. As I start designing your site, you may discover that it all looks best on a single page. So this is really more about gathering your content than deciding exactly what your website's going to look like. Apologize for the dog shaking there in the background. Other potential pages are the frequently asked questions, which you may decide at some point that seems like a good idea to include, especially if there are a lot of questions that clients would be asking that you would rather not have to continually answer them, but maybe be able to direct them to a fax page or circumvent them asking them by having them find their answers for themselves on the fax page. And then there's this newsletter sign up, and this is the element in your footer. And finally, we have this miscellaneous folder, which is a catch-all for you to just plunk things in that you're not sure where they should go. And finally, these are the project documents. If we pulled together a sitemap or a strategy, you'll find those in there. And then there is this great document called How to Use These Folders. And this really walks you through how to use the folders, what goes in. For instance, your logo and your favicon goes into your branding folder. And if you have some brand guidelines or something created for you that shares all of your colors and your fonts and how they should be used, this is a great place to put that as well. Then you're going to put text and photos and any links to videos for specific pages in their folders. And then again, if you're not sure where to place something, you're going to put it in the miscellaneous folder. I'm going to share a bit about images here and best practices for naming and sizing your photos for search engine optimization and also for page loading. So there's a link here, which I definitely recommend you read that. One thing to think about with photos, and you'll see it over and over again as we go through the folders, some people like to have banners on every page, and it fits well with their business. For some people, it's banners on some pages or maybe a banner across the middle of a page. The best thing to do is to just send images you might like used on a page, and then I will utilize them in whatever way is going to be most aesthetically appropriate for your brand, and also make sure that we showcase everything in a way that really brings your clients in touch with your brand and also elevates your services. For some people, there are no images at all. They're really just text-based, so it's very custom to your business. But if you put photos in there, I will work with you to ensure that we are getting them into the right places to create the right look and feel for your brand. And then in the documents that I provide for you to actually type your text into, or you can even copy and paste your text into, you can type in there without any special formatting if you want. Or if there are things that you want larger or bold or italic, you are welcome to represent the text in that way as well. I may not be able to translate those entirely on the web, but I will do my best. You do not have to change the font in here. Just leave it as whatever the standard font is. I think it's Arial. When we get the content on your website, it will automatically apply the font that we've selected for your brand. Okay, and then if you're feeling or nervous or overwhelmed about the writing part itself, I provided you a link to a few helpful articles to get you going. I'm going to show you where those are. They're right on my website, and if you scroll down to the footer on my page under helpful links, you'll find the Write for Your Website link. And that is going to bring you in here. And if you are a person who likes to get content into your mailbox, you can actually sign up and I'll email you one a day over 5 days so you can take your time looking at them. The first article talks about how to write effective copy for your website. And it walks you through the whole process about how to structure, breaking things up so that they're scannable because people are really busy reading and then also thinking about SEO. And so these are just little chunks, and I really do recommend if you're struggling with the writing parts, jump in here and take a peek through. I like to encourage you to use your own voice. That will resonate with your clients. And so this is a great article. And as you get through, you can actually just keep reading through the rest of the guides, heading back to that page. This talks to you about writing effective headlines and subheadlines. If you are worried about writing for your homepage, this is a great place to start. And then I know many folks struggle with writing about themselves, which we do have to write a little bit about ourselves when we're writing about our business. For many businesses, this is just a piece of what we're doing. And so this is a great article to help you figure out how to write about yourself, and also have it connect with the customer, which is what's most important. And then finally, if you have a product or services page, you're definitely going to want to check out this last article, which talks about how to pick the titles for your products, or even just for the page if it's just talking about them. Also talks about keywords and catering to who your shoppers are and who that message should be targeted at. They talk about making it visual, and that's something that I'm going to do for you, but you can definitely consider that when it comes to selecting images for yourself, especially if you're selecting stock images. Good quality imagery, I can't say enough about how much that makes your website look professional. This also shares about having testimonials and social proof on your services page, and I would agree that that's going to be really important for us to integrate. So if you have testimonials or reviews, we don't need 40. We need 4 great ones. Just something that's going to resonate. Someone's not going to run through and read every single one of your reviews. They're just going to read the handful that are sprinkled through to get a real sense of who you are and what you are like to work with. And then we may find that if your services are really detailed, that we do need to break them down into smaller subpages. And this talks about how to actually do that. And finally, every page should end up with some sort of call to action, a button or a link that asks them to make that purchase or to buy, and definitely thinking about the language you use on those buttons and how that would resonate with your clientele is important. Okay, so those guides, again, you're going to access them from here on my website in the footer under helpful links. So now that we've talked about how to use the folders and assistance with writing, let's actually dig into some of these folders. So the branding folder and every other folder has a folder similar to what we saw on the outside. It tells you what goes into the folder. And here is pretty simple layout. So you will just drag and drop from your computer right into this folder. And it should be pretty easy. Remember, think about naming your files for SEO. Here we go. The same thing on the home page. Talk about what goes into the home page folder with this document. A folder, if you've got images that you would like to specifically be considered for the banner, you're going to want to drop them into the banner images folder. And then if you have other images that you'd like to be used on the page but not in the banner, just simply drop them in the folder here. And so here we go again. We go through what goes in the homepage folder and then some instructions on structuring your images and your banner images and any other things. Often we present service summaries with an image, and so I share information about how that works here. And then when you're ready to write, what you actually want to do, this is the first page we're talking about making content in. What you're going to actually do is open this document right in Google Docs. And you're going to write right in here, right below this text. Just start writing right in there, whatever you want. If you decide you want to write on your own computer, apologize for the dog barking. If it's better for you to work on your own computer, or say you have an old website, and you're keeping some of the content from the old website, go to the old website, go ahead and copy that text from there and paste it right in there and use it as a starting point. It's going to carry over colors, and it actually will carry over links. So this isn't a bad way to start if you don't want to write from scratch. So you'll just put all your information in there, and then Google will save it and it will be shared with me, and we're good to go. And so you just want to work through, oh, here we go. We'll head back here. You want to work through every folder in here. Oh, if you have an award or some other extra information, you can definitely throw that in here. Sometimes we put those on the contact page. Sometimes we put them in the footer. It really depends on the company and what their goals are. And so, again, just working through the last page, the services are pretty self-explanatory. They'll have the same format with what goes in this page where you actually write your text in there. The newsletter sign-up folder is a little different. This isn't a page. This is the sign-up link for your footer. And so what happens here is I've actually included a couple of examples of what newsletter sign-ups would look like. There's a whole bunch. And so you just want to come in here and type your headline. On here it's don't miss a post. Your informational text, why they want to subscribe, what they're going to get. And then what you'd like the button to say. Join, sign up, subscribe, any one of those things. And again, you're going to open this up with Google Docs. And hopefully your internet is faster than mine. Okay, and again, you're just going to come and type right in here, whatever you want typed, and then you just save it. Okay, so that's it on content. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out.